Hey guys, it's Melanie. Happy Monday again and welcome back. If you missed it a little bit earlier today, I uploaded my thoughts on the new Kringle 3-wick soy candles. If you are interested in that particular video, I will be sure to link it in the description box right below this one, just in case it didn't pop up in your subscription feed. The information will be down there. I will also put a link to where you can purchase this Candier I'm Dreaming of a Pink Christmas candle, if you are interested in picking this one up as well. I recently picked up a few of the Candier candles from the Ulta website. When these were first released, I was immediately sucked in just based on the packaging alone. Very cute packaging with adorable little messages on them. I thought these looked kind of like the perfect gift type candle. So I picked a few of them up to be able to review for you guys. Now, I do think that these particular candles are not going to be for everybody. And I think if you are purchasing them for yourself, if you are a candle connoisseur, these are not going to be the type of candle that is going to fill your entire house. Let's just get that out of the way first. This is a 9-ounce 1-wick candle, and this is a soy formula that you are getting here. Yep, it's 100% natural soy wax. And these are supposed to be 60 hours of burn time. I will say, for as long as I've burned this one, it really is barely even at the halfway point at this point. So they do seem to burn a very, very long time. So something to keep in mind. These are also formulated without parabens and phthalates, if that is important to you. So yeah. So what immediately drew me to this brand, besides the fact that they're adorable, is that I thought these would be like the perfect gift type of candle, right? Like, this is not the candle that I would necessarily purchase for myself, because when I'm buying a candle, most of the time it is for the like more public areas of our house. So the entryway, the dining room, the family room, kitchen, areas like that. And the downstairs of our house do have really high ceilings. So a 1-wick 9-ounce candle is, I'm not gonna expect it to scent anything really in the downstairs of the house, with the exception, of course, the downstairs powder room. I did have this in the downstairs powder room, but I've also been burning this in our master bedroom, which is more of like an average sized room with a much lower ceiling than the downstairs. So I wanted to review these based on more of like your average room size versus, you know, a larger, more open concept area. And I will say, for the size, I think it does quite well in a smaller area, but still it's not going to be the type of scent that will smack you in the face when you walk into the room. This would also be a great candle brand for those of you that are a little bit more sensitive to fragrance, but you want to have some yummy smells in your house, right? Like, these are not going to be headache or migraine inducing fragrances. They just don't have the oomph behind them to be able to offer that. So let's go ahead and review this fragrance right here. So I'm deciding to pick this one first because we are obviously pretty much in the holiday season at this point. I know a lot of you don't really start with the holiday decorating or holiday vibe in your house until after Thanksgiving, and that's totally okay. I start that kind of early myself. So anyway, let's check out the description that they give here. So I'm dreaming of a pink Christmas. They have a cute little blurb here as well. Santa baby, don't get your tinsel in a twist. You'll feel fabulous and festive with this holiday blend of gooey buttercream, angel cake, and a cheeky splash of bourbon. 'Tis the season to sparkle. Merry Christmas, baby girl. Okay, so what do I smell in this one? First of all, it smells like a typical Melanie Lovin' Gourmand, right? Like this, it does really have those notes of the angel food cake. It's not an overly sweet cakey note, but just like that hint of sweetness that you get in an angel food cake. Very pleasant. There is a buttercream component to this. It kind of smells like your classic wedding cake buttercream. I was a wedding florist for a long time, and before that a wedding planner. So I've been around a ton of wedding cakes, and when they use that classic buttercream frosting, it really has a very distinct fragrance to it. And yeah, it smells like white buttercream frosting on a wedding cake. It is really, really delicious. Now, there is a splash of bourbon in here. It's really interesting. It's like, it's the bourbon without the burn of that alcohol note from the bourbon, if that makes sense. So it just adds a touch of almost richness to the fragrance. It's really interesting. And at first the bourbon kind of scared me off, because a lot of times when I see that candles have like a boozy note to them, I immediately think like, ugh, like it's gonna kind of smell like alcohol, but it really doesn't. It smells more of maybe like a bourbon extract. I don't know if I don't think there is such a thing, but it's just that kind of richness that the bourbon brings in that I notice here. It sort of deepens the fragrance a little bit. And it pairs really nicely with that angel food cake and that buttercream frosting. This is a really great blend, you guys. Is it somewhat basic? Yeah, kind of, but it's also a little bit different because of the bourbon note. This one's just really, really enjoyable to me. Although I will say, I don't know that I would think of this as a holiday or Christmas type scent. This is actually something that I would burn more year round, if you will. This would be a great scent for right after the holidays if you're looking for just a slightly lighter gourmand fragrance, if that makes sense. But I could also see myself burning this in the spring, in the summer. Obviously, definitely in the fall. I can do gourmand year round. It's my favorite type of fragrance for sure. So if you like gourmand fragrances, I think you're gonna be a fan of this one. But let's talk strength and throw, because I think this is where a lot of like us normal candle people who, you know, go gaga for home fragrance might be kind of like, I don't know, probably not for me. But again, a great gift idea, because you don't know if necessarily know, I guess I should say, if the person that you are gifting it to also wants their house to be like at DEFCON 5 in terms of home fragrance, right? So the strength of this I'm gonna put at about a 4.5 for a average room. So it was a 4.5 in my master bedroom. It was more of a 5.5 in terms of strength and throw in the downstairs powder room. So putting it in a smaller room, definitely a great option. But if you're gonna put it in a larger space, know that the strength is just gonna decrease a little bit. The throw, I would put that at probably more of like a 4.5, somewhere around there. And I will say, you can really definitely pick this fragrance out in the room where you are using it. It doesn't travel too terribly far outside of that room. And I think that is mostly just due to the size of this candle. The price range of these is a little bit spendy, which also makes me think that I feel like most of us candle people aren't going to be like stocking up on these, right? Like they range between $29 and $31, and it just kind of depends on whether it has the sprinkles or the glitter in it. The ones that have the little additions to the wax, either in terms of sprinkles or glitter, if you will, those tend to be at the $31 price range, and the ones that are just plain colored wax are at the $29 price range. So I think a good price range for those looking for a fun gift for a girlfriend I would totally pair this with like a bottle of maybe the Barefoot Bubbly. They have a like a pink champagne or a pink sparkling. I know it's not champagne. It can't be champagne if it's not from France, but just a like pink sparkling wine would be super fun to pair with this. And I think that would be an absolutely adorable gift. They also have the mini bottles available at, I was just at Cost Plus World Market this weekend, and I thought that would be a totally cute pairing. Just put both this and a little bottle of that champagne into a little cellophane bag with a super cute sparkly bow, and I think that this would be an absolutely adorable gift for someone special in your life. But are you going to be buying a bunch of these for yourself? I don't know. I know that I probably won't, but I do think they were worth picking up and doing some reviews on because they're just something different, right? So I just lit this one up. I am going to go show you guys an overhead shot just so you can see what it looks like. This one does have some really fun pink glitter in it. And do know that the glitter is not a fire hazard at all. Essentially, the glitter just floats on top of the wax. So it hasn't completely pulled out yet. But you can see there's no residue on the side of the jar. There's no discoloration. This isn't sooting at all. I do have to trim the wicks for sure. I trimmed them somewhat short and they seem to do just fine with that. You will have a little bit of residue in terms of, you know, there's some glitter left along the side here. But other than that, for the majority of the candle, most of the glitter just goes down as you burn the candle. So the glitter is not going to light on fire. It's not a hazard in any kind of way at all. I highly doubt that they would put it in the candles if it was a fire hazard. So just something worth keeping in mind. Anyway, you guys, I do have a few more of these to be able to review for you. I'm thinking that I might do one more review and then I might set the other ones to the side just for the time being. Those particular scents might be a little bit more suited to reviewing after the holiday season. So look for more of these Candier reviews probably in at either the end of December or beginning of January. But if you have picked any of these up, will you let us know your thoughts? I haven't seen a ton of reviews on them. So yeah, let me know what you think of the Candier fragrances if you have invested in them in the past. I appreciate you guys taking the time to watch. There will be one more candle review going live today, so just stay tuned for that. And if you're new here, I would love it if you would take the time to subscribe and yeah, give this video a thumbs up if you found it helpful. I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Toodaloo.